Scotland Yard, because apparently no one can think of anything original to call it, but you know, that would do, New Scotland Yard. And this building just here is still actually used by the Metropolitan Police. This is for the stables for the police horses, so this is where they come. The ramp up to the stables goes all the way around the top. It's the original building from the 1800s, so it's exactly as it would have been back then.
Wow.
Now, before this was the rather prestigious Corinthia Hotel. This was actually the Ministry for Agriculture and Fisheries, and if you guys head 2 buildings over that way, you'll find the Ministry of Defence, and down that way we have the Ministry of Justice. So with that in mind, for 10 points, you can tell me which other ministry. Come on.
Ministry of Magic.
Very well done. What house are you in?
Hufflepuff.
10 points to Hufflepuff. Of course you're in Hufflepuff. There we go. Very well done. It is the Ministry of Magic. Now, when they filmed the area around here, there's a couple of bits that you'll be able to see in this scene. Now, first of all, the building across here, underneath where it says Scotland Place, right there, that is where we'll see Ron Weasley in a moment. Over here, this garage door, this was open, and they'd had a carpenter build a wooden door just so they could have a little wooden entrance, a little doorway in the corner there for Harry to be hiding away. So I'm going to show you this clip and you'll be able to see this where we are now. So this is taken from Deathly Hallows Part 1, where Ron, Harry and Hermione rather successfully break into the Ministry of Magic. So alright, here we go. So straight in front of us is literally that building there, look. So you got Ron against that wall. He looks over, and that is that garage door there. And right here is essentially where we are now. So along comes Mathilda Hopkirk. Ron ties her shoes. Harry stupefies Mathilda, catches her, and then Ron turns around, helps carry her into the ministry. All the while, this guy just walks straight across here, just completely oblivious to a kidnapping in London. Typical Londoner. There you are. And then they come out having taken the Polyjuice potion. So I'm just going to leave that there because I'm sure you guys would love to take photos of the incoming police horses. They are literally the #1 distraction on this tour. In that movie, however, we see a couple of strange things happen. The first is that they take this archway that you guys can see here, and they basically copy and paste that arch over here. Now, there is one thing missing from this corner over here. Can 10 points, anyone tell me? Go on. Very well done. What house are you in? 10 points to Hufflepuff. Very well done. You're doing great, by the way. Yeah. There you are. So we are missing the telephone box. Now, let's go with 20 points. Who can tell me what you dial in the phone to get into the Ministry of Magic?
6682.
Do you know what? You're on the right path. I'll give you a clue. It does spell the word magic, so you might be able to work it out. So 62 was correct.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on. You go.
6, 2, 4, 8.
Come on.
4.
Yeah.
2.
There we go. Very well done. 20 points. There we are. Brilliant. And so now we are left with a dilemma because Gryffindor and Slytherin are tied for last place. So I'm going to give you guys 5 sympathy points each. Yeah, there we go. So now we know that you need to dial 62442 into the telephone box to see the ministry. We are going to watch this clip. So you guys want to come that side? Here we go. So literally just in front of us, Mr. Weasley and Harry across the road here. That phone box is there.
And what's the here?
In that
And
corner?
you see that view just down the road there?
Yes, Hufflepuff. Exactly there stood a telephone booth. Harry and Mr. Weasley go
Enter the phone box, Mr. Weasley, stars the secret password 62442, and into the Ministry of Magic they go. There we go. Now, there is one little thing, actually there's a lot of things missing from the film that I wish they'd included, but you know, there we go. But there is one thing that would have made the film just that little bit extra cool, and they would have, you know, it wouldn't have taken that much effort to do. But in the movie, in the books, when they enter the phone box and you dial 62442, it says, "Welcome to the Ministry of Magic, state who you are and why you're here." So when Harry's here for his hearing, he gives his name, Harry, and it comes out with hearing. But later on in that movie, when they enter the visitor's entrance to rescue Sirius Black, they say, "Why are you here?" They're like, "Rescue mission?" And it literally comes out with their name badges and rescue mission written on their name. I think it's just an amazing little addition that they could have done in the film quite easily, to be honest. But there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do now, guys, we are going to head down this direction towards our next location. So you can tell me the very first place Harry goes when he arrives at Diagon Alley for the first time.
Gringott.
Very well done. What house are you in?
Hufflepuff.
Of course you are. Does anyone other than Hufflepuff want to answer these questions? All right. No. So it is absolutely Gringott Bank. Who's in Gryffindor? You're doing amazing. So good. All right. For an additional 10 points. Does anyone want to show me the building around here that was actually Gringott's bank? Hey, 10 points.
He didn't put his hand up.
He did. There we are, 10 points to Gryffindor. There we are, finally. Getting some extra points there. So, no, for those that missed it, it is actually the South African Embassy. This was the original Gringott. Yes. This is the original Gringott's bank. When they were filming, they were actually around this area with their camera. The camera looks up at the South African Embassy, then using some computer wizardry to edit there. There you go. They manipulate the building, they adjust how it looks. So, also thank you for laughing, that was my dumbest joke. So, if you guys want to gather around, I will show you what I mean by that. So, here we go. So the camera is around here, it looks up at the South African Embassy. And they've added 3 stories to it, twisted the pillars, the shapes. And then if you were to take a 15-minute walk down the Strand here, you would find Australia House, which is where they filmed the inside of Gringott's bank. But because we're not Australian, we can't really go look, unfortunately. So there you go. There we are. Now when it came to later movies, although this is fantastic, they had way more budget, so they literally built a set both externally and internally of Gringott's bank, and you can still visit that at Warner Studios in Watford. So if you ever go to I'm sorry, I know you need to book like 3 months in advance, so yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, I went once, it was amazing. Okay guys, so for those of you feeling rather tired, you had enough for today, don't worry guys, there's only 3 stops to go. For those of you having the most incredible time, I'm sorry guys, there's only 3 stops to go, I'm afraid so. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to head up this direction towards the west end of London and have a look where we are right now. It's not Diagon Alley.
Because this is like the night alley.
The night alley, I'll accept that answer. There we are, 10 points to Hufflepuff. Hey, so this is Nocturne Alley. Now when I tell you guys that this is Nocturne Alley, sorry, if I just get you guys to scooch over, there we are, to let people through. Brilliant.
Sorry.
So when I tell you guys that this is Nocturne Alley, I do mean literally. J.K. Rowling actually used to live here in London, and what she would do, she would head to work at Covent Garden. So she would get off at Leicester Square Station through here, she would walk through this alleyway, she would take a right into Covent Garden, and when she came back through here in the evenings, as you can tell, we're not even at like, you know, 5 o'clock yet, and it's starting to get dark, and by about 6 o'clock this would like literally be nighttime. And at this point of year, the only 3 sources of light are these 3 Victorian lanterns, which don't really give off the most amount of light. And back then, this was a very an alleyway that wasn't really known by people, so people didn't really use this. And so J.K. Rowling would walk through this alleyway in the evening, and it would freak her out. She said that she got really scared, and it was a dark, creepy alleyway. Now, when it came to actually filming, they wanted to film down here. The location scouts were very keen when they had a look at this area. But the issue is that the architecture they wanted is only on this side, not so much over here. So what they ended up doing was basically building a set at Warner Studios in Watford, using the idea from this architecture with the curved bay windows and things like that. So, architecturally, this dates back to 1690. All of this architecture was built in 1690. In fact, some of the panes of glass, especially the middle top one on this bay window, you can see it has a bit of a shimmer to it. They're not quite as pristine as the other panes of glass. These are worth about £1,000 a pane. So if anyone breaks this, the landlord would be fined £1,000, and subsequently we would be fined £1,000. So don't break anything, because I got like £5.50 on me, okay? I don't know. Yeah. Now, I know some of you guys, namely you, were having a look at these weird bubbly bits in the window. This is what was originally a glazier's signature. So when they used to had to hand mold the glass, and so the glaziers would show off by putting these ripples in there to show that they were really good at their job. So that is why these are there, and you don't really see them much anymore, but that was their way of showing off. Now, I know it's a very, very picturesque alleyway. If you guys would like to take photos down here, please feel free to do so. If you would like a selfie with a taxidermed Hedwig, too soon. Anyway, you got a Hedwig here. You can take a photo right there. And then when you guys are ready, we are going to head back the way we came. Welcome to our final film location, and then once I've shown you guys this, we're going to walk down to the Palace Theatre, where there is a massive Harry Potter sign where you guys can take your photo underneath the Harry Potter sign, and we'll work out who won the House Cup, although we might have a bit of an idea. Yeah. Alright, so behind me here we have some Muggle magic known as a gate. Now if this gate wasn't here, you guys would be able to get through to somewhere pretty awesome. Now, I'm going to show you the clip from the Half-Blood Prince where the Death Eaters attack London, but before they get to the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge, they fly down this direction. So,
por ahí salieron. Papá, vente.
So I'm going to hold this up here. So they fly down by Trafalgar Square. They head up Charing Cross Road, which is this long road along here. Then they swing a right turn and they fly straight through here and behind us through this alleyway here. Now this alleyway leads you to none other than Diagon Alley in the Wizarding World. And the reason we know this is because in the books, J.K. Rowling talks about Hagrid taking Harry to Diagon Alley off Charing Cross Road, which is this long road here. And we know that J.K. Rowling used to work in Covent Garden. She'd get off at Leicester Square, which is also just here. So it makes sense, Hagrid may be taking Harry out of Leicester Square station, coming round the corner here and through this alleyway here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to head down to our final location, the Palace Theatre, and we're going to find out who won the House Cup. So there we go. Okay guys, so like I said, we are going to do a quick fire round to find out who won the House Cup. So, no longer will cheering earn you extra house points. You've had that opportunity. It's going to be purely on skill now. Here we go. Who can tell me what Hermione's parents do for a living? You're straight there. What house are you in? Way! Who saw that coming?
Oh.
Who can tell me the name of Hermione's cat?
Crookshanks.
Gryffindor? Who can tell me who stopped Ron and Harry from getting onto the platform?
Dobby.
There you go. Who can name another house elf other than Dobby?
Winky.
This is his moment. He's been waiting for this the whole tour. Who can tell me now? George loses an ear, but which Harry Potter book does that happen? George lost his ear. Deathly Hallows. There you go. Now, for a final 30 points, although I don't think it makes much of a difference at this point, who can tell me the name of Tom Riddle's father?
Tom Riddle.
All right, 30 points out. There we go, very well done. It is Tom Riddle. Now, who's in Slytherin? You, outstanding, man, honestly, so good. All right, so for most valuable player of the tour, consistently answering questions, suddenly coming alive at the end there, this young man here. Give him a massive round of applause. Excellently done, there you go. I am of course kidding. Give this young man a round of applause. Very well done. There we are. So, the scores are in 4th place with 35 points, because I gave him most of the points. It's Slytherin! In 3rd place with 45 points is Gryffindor. Hey. Who's in Gryffindor? Hey, there you go, well done. In 2nd place with 65 points, we have the Ravenclaws. Yay! And our winners today, with 245 points, we have Hufflepuff. Yay! Now, you guys all know that this is the part of the tour where Dumbledore comes out and he's like, Gryffindor, you sneezed once, 300 points, Gryffindor win. Hey, that always happens in all the films. I'm kidding, Hufflepuff totally killed it, very well done. So guys, this does bring us to the end of our journey. I want to first of all thank you guys so much for joining me. You have been absolutely wonderful. Now, if you have those cards I gave you at the beginning of the tour, they are yours to keep, don't worry, you don't have to give them back. On those cards, you will find a QR code. If you wouldn't mind scanning that code when you get in a moment to leave your review of the tour, it will take, hopefully it will take you to our website and you can leave your review on TripAdvisor. Obviously mention the name Hagrid. If you have completely hated the tour, my name is totally Steve. No, I'm kidding, it's Hagrid. Now, if you need help getting back to wherever you're going, I am going to stick around for a few minutes. Your nearest underground is either Leicester Square, just down there where we came from, or up this way, Tottenham Court Road. It's about equal distance. And if you guys did want to show your appreciation in the form of a tip, I'll happily accept dollars, pounds, euros, galleons, sickles, knuts, Cash App, PayPal, Bitcoin, all of that. Yeah, and you could come and pop that into the sorting hat right here. But I am going to leave you guys with this quote from Dumbledore. Happiness can be found in the darkest of times if one remembers to turn on the light. I'm with Hagrid. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you guys.